Welcome into the Beat Sessions. I'm your host, Mitchell Weary. Let's talk about the reunion of the Boo Radleys and their brand new full-length album, Keep On With Falling. They released that on March 11th. This is the band's seventh studio album, and it is their first since 1998's King Size. And I'm really pleased to see this reunion happen. A lot to love about these guys getting back together. First and foremost, they hail from Liverpool, love the city, love the football club, love the rich history of music there. And I love that these guys are a part of that and that they're back together continuing to build on that legacy. There's the obvious literary reference. And this is my favorite thing about this band. This is how I discovered them. My friends and I were 11 years old when Wake Up came out in 1995. No streaming services, no internet. You read about music through Rolling Stone. And if you wanted to listen to something, you hopefully heard it on the radio, or hopefully you were able to get a hold of a tape or a CD from a friend or whatever. And so reading a page of Rolling Stone one day and reading To Kill a Mockingbird at the same time in class, that name Boo Radley just jumped off the page, and we're like, we got to check these guys out. And that album it's incredible, and it's just so special to me for that reason. I studied English Lit at the University of Arizona, and so that connection, it'll always mean so much to me. And I love that I discovered this band, and I think a lot of people have discovered this band for that reason. It's a great name. You got to give it to them for it. The final thing, I love the trend that I've seen in the last few days. Maybe not a trend, but I look at Stabbing Westward and kind of a similar situation here. Two very different bands, obviously, but you have two bands that had quite a heyday in the 90s, very influential, and in a way that was very low-key too. These are both bands that I think everybody's heard a lot of their music, but they're just not familiar with the name. They couldn't connect the two. And so the Boo Radleys, a lot of success with Wake Up, and their two following albums with that fan base they build, they kind of leave them a little jaded in the way. They've, been very open about talking about wanting to challenge themselves creatively, not wanting to write the same kind of album. And in doing so, it created a lot of stress, and, the band before the end of the decade just implodes. And so I like that Martin Carr doesn't return, which is unfortunate, but the other three guys are back. They all sound tremendous on this record. And I like them just picking up on that energy, just coming together and realizing, like, you know what? It's unfortunate that we were really never able to fully realize what we had going on with this project. And so I like that these guys are doing this. I hope they tour. I was too young to see them. I never had a chance to. So if they come anywhere near Arizona, I'm going to check them out. I would encourage you to do so because they got a great sound. Because Martin's not on this thing, I feel like it loses a little bit of that shoegazy flavor, but not a whole lot. There's definitely a lot of it on the record, but I feel more so there's just this nice light alternative feel. Bands like Neutral Milk Hotel, I hear a little bit of the Decemberist, and bands like Wilco on this record. So I like that a little more like kind of straightforward rock and roll approach on this record. It sounds great. It's upbeat. It's uplifting. I dig the jangly guitars, and I think it's certainly worth a listen. It opens up with I've Had Enough, I'm Out. Love the folk intro on this thing. It shifts into this groovy alternative rock feel, and I like the light verses and the way it builds into a higher energy chorus. Great way to open up the record. Keep On With Falling, your title track. It's poppy. It's got this bouncy piano, jangly guitars. This is really where I first was Wilco, without a doubt. This song reminded me of that band quite a bit. All along, I like the way the song is so bass driven. It edges on shoegazy, but the hook is so excellent, and it just keeps you grounded. I feel like I really like the balance and the dynamic on this song. One of my favorites. I Say a Lot of Things is probably my favorite song, though. It's got a great pop riff with hand claps. I just like the feel on that, and the hook is fantastic. There's strings and horns that work in and out of this thing, and it's got kind of a reggae ska feel. Definitely a killer song. Tonight is your fifth track. This is where we start to get some of that shoegazy feel, light acoustic riff. Like the way the bridge builds into a rock and groovy chorus, though. And this is where I started to hear a band like the Decemberist. Nice track there. A Full Syringe and Memories of You. Now, this is a song that was actually the title of the EP that came out the year before. So a few fresh tracks before they threw this record out. And it seems like it would have been a dark moment there. And it kind of is to a bit of a degree, but it's actually still nice and upbeat. It's a great rocker. Like the horn arrangement in that particular song. Call Your Name is your seventh track. Atmospheric. And I did notice that the back end of this record it tends to get a little more shoegazy. And so I like the chill vibe on this song. It's got a nice build with the synths. And I like the way that this song builds around the bass. Really well done there. Here She Comes Again is your eighth song. It's just bringing some of that island flavor. That's all I could say about this song. It just has this tropical feel. It just made me wish I was on a beach somewhere chilling out with a Mai Tai and not worrying about anything at all. I really liked just how lighthearted and upbeat that song is. You and Me is your ninth track. Fuzzy bass. Really like the dreamy synths on this, and definitely getting more of that shoegazy flavor in this song. Your 10th song, I Can't Be What You Want Me to Be. Great penultimate track. I like the folky feel on this song, but it's got this grungy chorus. And this song especially, this is where I really started to feel a band like Neutral Milk Hotel. Love the alternative sound on this particular track. And it leads into your final song, Alone Together. Nice shoegazy mellow finish on this album. Really appreciate these guys being back. I love that this reunion happened, and we're definitely going to vinyl please this record. I hope you enjoyed listening to this project. Hope you find this review helpful as well. Please like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel. Do all the things to help me blow this project up in 2022. And stay tuned throughout the week for more album reviews. We'll see you next time on the Beat Sessions.